So you know what? I gotta admit, I was wrong about the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 Blackout, at least the beta. If I'm being honest, I was expecting this to be just a quick Battle Royale cash-in. Like when I first started playing, I just saw the similarities with PUBG and a little bit of Fortnite they sprinkled in. Yeah, the similarities were there, and of course the like Battle Royale staples, the parachuting out, picking up guns off the ground, you know, just what we came to expect. And I kind of went into this beta with a kind of a negative mindset, like I almost wanted to hate it. But then as I kept playing, I realized that, kind of biting my tongue here, because like I'm going back on what I've been telling people, but like this is probably the best way to experience Battle Royale. I'm gonna break this up into a few different points. First, starting with the game mechanics. Like the Call of Duty engine in Battle Royale works actually very well. I was expecting this to just be a rush fest, which at times it can be, just people just rushing in, grabbing a gun, fighting someone, and just unloading them with bullets. However, you actually have a fair amount of health in this game, especially if you put armor on. You're basically like a juggernaut from MW2. And although like there was some certain times with like I ran in, rushed, killed an enemy, or vice versa, a lot of it is almost like mind games, just like trying to outwit the other player. Especially when you take into consideration that like sound is a very big factor in this game mode, where it's like you can hear someone take a single step from like 10 feet away. You can hear someone reload a gun. You can hear people like sprinting from like 20 feet away. You can hear a gunshot basically from 2 towns over. Like sound is very important in this game. And I play with the PlayStation Gold headset with surround sound. So like I can't tell you how many times I just crank up that sound and then I just sit somewhere and wait to hear someone walking. I just hear footsteps, and as they get louder, peek around the corner, pre-fire, and boom, there's my kill. And thanks to the fluid Call of Duty mechanics, it's a lot easier to kind of maneuver, try to outplay your opponent, just get around the map in general. Like I am surprised how well it worked, and maybe I should have expected this to be good, considering like the Call of Duty engine, though we've been getting it for years, it is arguably the best utilized first-person shooter engine in gaming, as much as that kind of hurts me to say. Next, I want to talk about the map. The development team does boast about being like the biggest map they've ever made, and the map does feel very small. Even with an 88 player max per lobby, I found dropping without finding somebody or without running into somebody is very hard. Like you have to go out of your way not to find someone, and even if you drop like far off, not even in a main like part of the map, like you drop into one of those like random lone houses like outside of the towns, you're still probably gonna find someone. Like the map doesn't feel very big to me. That being said, it's the most variety Battle Royale map I've ever played, and mainly just because of that Call of Duty nostalgia. Each area of the map is from either a different multiplayer game mode, zombies game mode, etc. from the different Black Ops games, and that actually gives a lot of the areas of the map their own kind of feel. Like especially the zombies areas, though to my knowledge there's only 2 of them. Also, certain areas that have in the map that have more loot or a higher loot, and those areas in the map that I feel are like higher drop areas, or with better areas that you can find better loot and stuff from. And let's just talk about Verrucht for a second, or Asylum. Even if the map we get is the map that launches with the game, I hope that in DLC they add more areas with zombies and stuff like that, because Asylum, I could be wrong here, but from my experience, it seems like it has the highest loot drop in the game. I could be wrong on that. It definitely felt like it, because you drop in there's loot everywhere, and you can actually find some really good weapons and really good items to like begin your game with. That being said, Asylum's one of those places where you drop and it's like you have to be very careful because there's zombies running around, and though they don't do a lot of damage, when they swarm you it's definitely overwhelming. On top of that, the zombies are fast enough so you can't really outrun them if they're already on top of you, so you have to shoot them. And if you shoot them, that alerts all the other players around the area that, oh shit, this person's in combat. And while you're dealing with the zombies, you're not going to be able to focus on the people around you. I can't tell you how many times I purposely dropped late, found whatever gun I could find, waited to hear gunshots, and just pick someone off. Like, it's a very high risk, high reward area to drop. And there's a couple other places kind of like that. Like Nuketown, I find that there's a lot of loot, though it's located in a very inconvenient part of the map. That and Riverside, or Rivertown, or whatever it's called, in like the middle of the map, where it's like gunfights break out like immediately. Like if you want to dropping into an immediate gunfight, drop in Rivertown. I hope I'm saying it right. Now I'm just gonna quickly bring over some negatives I found. The guns, for example, they're like Black Ops 4 like exclusive, I guess. They're very like bland gray guns. I mean, sure, you can probably put cameras on them later, but it's like also I found that it's pretty limited to the amount of weapons you can actually find, or variety, or different weapons. And if this is supposed to be a nostalgia mode, why not throw in like Black Ops 1 weapons, like the Commando from Black Ops 1, or specifically Black Ops 1 stuff, because Black Ops 2 and 3 guns kind of look the same anyway. Or hey, why not go crazy crazy. Why not put like some World at War stuff in there? Because it seemed like they were afraid to like reference anything that was just in World at War. Like it'd be awesome to have the map Castle from World at War as a droppable place in Blackout, but unfortunately that's not the case. And they only mention World at War with Reznov because you can pick different characters. Reznov's not the only character that's exclusively debuted or was in World at War, but he's the only one that has the World at War symbol on it. Takeo, Richtofen, Nikolai, Dempsey don't even have that, which is like, okay, but that's where they debuted. I don't know. And also one last negative, I find when you play in quads, maybe it's because as I said before, the map feels kind of small, but like playing in solos and playing in quads is like two different experiences. Like when playing solo, it's a little more laid back in the sense that you can kind of like pick your spot to land and like just kind of run around, hide, do whatever you want. But in quads, it feels like you can't go 5 feet without getting jumped by someone. It's like basically like, quads is a lot more aggressive than solos, which could be fixed if the map was a little bigger, or even maybe put less players in quads. Like I don't know, it's just something I've found. Now I just want to talk about the feel of the game. Like I saw a few videos on YouTube and a lot of people who are saying, oh, this game's amazing. people who end up who win a lot, or like I saw a lot of people who like they win a game, they're like, okay, yeah, this game's really good, yeah, because they won. I saw other people when they lose, like, oh, this game is unbalanced, I keep losing, what the fuck. Now take it from me, I've lost a lot in this game. I'm not necessarily the best first-person shooter player, and Battle Royale, I've not been very lucky, besides maybe a couple games of PUBG. So this is from someone who's completely out of his element here. But like, I don't know, with me, because like when I play PUBG or Fortnite, I find that one issue I have with it is that, well, Fortnite, I fucking hate Fortnite. But when I play PUBG, or even H1Z1, which I've been getting kind of in and out of, is that like you play, it's very slow, you find weapons, then you die. And then you just don't want to continue playing. It's like, well, I had such good weapons, I had such a good setup, and it didn't do me any good. I lost. But I find in this game, it just seems so quick. Like you drop and you can find stuff very quickly, even if you drop into like a low, like I guess like a small area. You can still find weapons, and all weapons are viable. Some weapons are better than others, sure. It's like if you're in like a mid-range battle and one person using a SMG, other person using an assault rifle, the assault rifle's most likely gonna win. The game just feels fair until you grab sniper rifles. In that case, not so much. If you watch my original Blackouts video, you'll get that. But that could just be because I suck with them. But going back to what I said though, the game does feel fair. Like I drop into a game, I find weapons, even if I die right away, I hop in again, and then I can just be right back where I left off very quickly. It's very fast, very like bam, 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 which is something I guess I should have expected from Call of Duty, because Call of Duty is very much about that quick jump into a firefight, win, lose, whatever, next one's coming up, which works very well in Battle Royale. So I know I sound pretty positive on this game mode, but I'm still probably not gonna buy this game because I don't care about zombies. If you've watched my other video, you know how I feel about the multiplayer. So this is the only straight up good mode in this game, and as much as it pains me, because like I would actually buy this separately. I would actually buy this separately for, like, I probably wouldn't pay more than 30 bucks for it, Canadian. But kind of hurts because like as someone who was forced to play Fortnite with his cousins a lot, having a good Battle Royale game to play is a treat. But I'm sorry, I'm not paying $80 to play one game mode I like. Oh my god, the light off my head. Trials and tribulations of a bald man. So if the rumors are true that the Switch version will just have Battle Royale at a reduced price, I might consider it if the specs of the game are alright, but I'm not gonna pay full price to play just Blackout. Now this video may seem a little jumbled up and stuff like that, but I just wanted to rush this video out so I'm not releasing it 2 weeks after the beta ends, kind of like my last Black Ops video. On top of that, I really need to get back to playing Spider-Man.
Outgunned, outplayed, and out of luck. What?